What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell. Today I want to talk about what was a solid 9 out of 10. I'll get the rating out of the way real quick. This book was fun. It was a good one. Star Trek The Next Generation, Death in Winter by Michael Jan Friedman. So basically this is following post-Nemesis, I believe. The Picard's crew basically have all split and went their own ways. Beverly Crusher is now chief medical whatever of Starfleet. Worf and Geordi stayed. Data's gone. Riker and Troy, they're off on Riker's. He gets a ship and they're doing their thing. Can't wait to get to those books, by the way. Anyways, the book starts out. Dr. Crusher, Beverly, she basically going on an undercover mission, like a covert operation to I've been reading too much Tom Clancy. To the planet of the species called the Cravatas. I think the planet's called Cravatas too. And they're basically dying of like a plague-like disease, and she's going to help them find the cure because she knows she thinks she can, and she remembers this happening to them in her youth, so she's trying to remedy basically failing them before. So she goes there, but she has to go undercover because guess who's there? The Romulans. And not just any Romulans. Sayla and her crew is there, wreaking havoc on this outworld that Cravatas would be rebels otherwise, but Sayla and her Romulan crew are there, controlling the situation, basically bending this species to their will. And once she finds out that Dr. Crusher's there to find the cure, she kidnaps Dr. Crusher. And so now you insert Picard. Picard meets up with some old members of his Stargazer crew from way back before Next Generation, and they are going to basically go in disguise to try to retrieve Crusher. Or first, they're tasked. They get a new doctor that Crusher had worked with. I won't spoil all that for you. They get a new doctor that she worked with, and it's Picard, one of his old crewmates, the doctor. They get a Romulan defector. They're going to now go in place of what Crusher was doing to try to find this cure to stop the plague from decimating the Cravatas people. Since they know that Crusher has been basically kidnapped or she might be dead. They don't know. Picard refuses to believe she's dead, so he's going with his mission to find the cure, and then all that's on his mind is find Crusher, who throughout this book you're learning how much he truly loves her and all this stuff, and that's great and all. Michael Jan Friedman did a good job. What I really liked about the book was the Crusher highlight. Like, this is her book, pretty much. She gets a lot of time in this book, a lot of backstory. You finally get a good scene of what happened to Jack Crusher. And, all that was really good. So, the book did, Michael Jan Friedman did a good job. So, Picard gets there. He finds out Sayla's there, his arch nemesis. And so, they got to navigate trying to help this species find the cure for this plague thing, messing them up. While all this is going on, there's a Romulan in Sayla's Centaurians that basically, Romulans they want to one up and do everything for themselves. And he sets Crusher free, but, what he wants to do. And so Crusher's in really... She's better off with him, but he could still kill her. You know how it goes, all that stuff. So he's doing that to please the Praetor, however you say that word, on Romulus. While all that's going on, there's an inner conflict on Romulus because the Praetor is corrupt, and these other Romulans want to, stop her and take her over. That... I will spoil it there. The good guy Romulans, they fell in their mission, and that sucks. That part of the book kind of was like, dang, that sucks for them. Actually, everything fails in the book pretty much, besides they do end up finding the cure, the Dr. Greyhorse that Picard and his old Stargazer mate and the Romulan defector take to Cravatas. They end up finding the cure. and you know, all the book ends decently. Crusher. First off, though, it's funny because, well, they take out Sayla, but it doesn't really say she's dead or not. She's just laying there in the snow, beat up. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna come back in the future books. At least I hope. She's one of my favorite characters, especially in the novels. I read one a while back. I think it was the Romulan Stratagem. Um, it was basically her in a Picard book, and she had to team up with Worf. And it was that one was great. Um, anyways, Picard kisses Crusher and tells her he loves her, and she's just like, basically like, yeah, whatever. And so he's like totally devastated. He's all messed up in the head. But the book ends well. She ends up coming back and rejoining the Enterprise, and they're in with him, Worf, and Geordi on their new adventures that they're going to set out on. And I hope we get books in this Litverse series with some of their adventures. If you watch the video, let me know in the comments down below if there are any books so I can check my list. I will list the Litverse list that I'm following in the description below, or if I forget, I'll pin it in the comments. So next up, I have Resistance, which my wife said was infinitely better than Death in Winter. She read these two already. She never dropped a review for Resistance. So I am excited to get into this. I'm basically following the Litverse list for the next several months, basically. I might pop in some like episodic books here and there throughout the summer, and especially in September, you know, when it's Star Trek month. So we'll see. I'm going to start Resistance tomorrow because at the same time, I'm also started The Sum of All Fears by Tom Clancy. I am hooked on Clancy. I'm hooked on military techno thrillers. I can't stop reading them. I just can't stop. So be doing a bit of a double reading. But if I sit down, I could finish this one in a few hours. And I'm interested to see just how good it really is, because my wife said it was amazing. So, you know, and she's pretty hardcore on judging books. She's a hater. So we'll see how good that one is. Like I said, Death in Winter was a solid 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I had a good time with it. But that's the video today, guys. Not too much more to say on this one. It was a good, solid 9 out of 10. I'd highly recommend reading the Litverse list. If you've never watched or read any Star Trek before, you can easily pick up, start with book 1 on the Litverse list and make your way through, and you'll be just fine. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and later.